All right, welcome back into the Campsite RV Campfire Story Podcast. I'm your host, Kelly. Alongside with me is Jason. And we got a little special guest in the house today. We got Dave Klunder. Dave, how you doing?
Good. How you guys?
Good.
Good. Dave has actually been with us for 30 years. He started back in 1990.
Yeah, he's an OG, the original.
Isn't that crazy? It's been a long time, hasn't it, Dave?
Yes, it has. Very long time.
So, what got you started with Campsite RV?
Actually, the story was your dad, Steve, and Tom were in business together. In the automotive side of stuff with Phillips 66, your dad wanted to start up the camping stuff, so I transitioned from an auto mechanic to an RV mechanic.
Nice. Yeah, a little bit of a change there.
Yeah.
The work's probably a little different.
Work's a little bit different, but you still a lot of mechanical things you got to work on. So
Yep.
It was kind of an interesting change, but a good change.
Yep. No, that's great. And like I said, Dave's he's actually by far the longest working tech we have here, and it's a great pleasure to have him on our team. And he does a lot of great things here for our dealership. So. I'm sure from 1990 all the way to 2020, things have definitely changed.
Oh, a lot of changes. Everything from when we first started with the things, the biggest thing, the new units came out was slide outs.
Yep.
They didn't have a whole lot of slide outs back in the 90s or 80s, you know?
Just a box.
Just a box. Then you kind of gradually, then the next best thing was CD players.
Yep.
The TVs were the big old box, you know, with CD players. Didn't have DVDs back then.
Yep.
And then transitioned into more of the DVD players, and you know they upgraded hot water heaters, and everything's just been progressing since.
Yep. No, and like I said, I just from when I've started, I know a 32-foot camper was a big camper, or even 30-foot camper with one slide. That was a big camper, and just from the time I've been here. Now, geez, they're 42-foot, 5 slides, and 65-inch flat screen fireplace. So it's just crazy.
32 small.
You can run the camper from your phones now.
Oh yeah, yeah. They got apps, and and like you said, the 6-point leveling where like on the fifth wheels are Montanas. You push a button and step away, and the camper levels itself. It's pretty neat.
Yep.
So Dave's been with us for 30 years. We wanted to bring him on the show today because. Today's podcast is going to be, we're going to kind of go back in time a little bit and talk about a little bit of history of camping.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
I do got a kind of a fun fact here. The first motorized camper was built in 1910, and they called it auto campers or camping trailers. The RV term wasn't actually coined until the 1960s. That's when they started calling it RVs. Before that, it was referred to as campers or travel trailers. First RVs did not have bathrooms. You just had to go out to the tree or,
Still do today.
Well, the men do, yep. So, but then in 1930, RVs did start coming equipped with beds, electricity, water, and then dinettes, a table. So, and then on average, the average RVer uses their camper about 28 to 35 days per year. Yeah. So it's kind of a neat little fact.
Yeah.
If you're ever interested in getting started, feel free to give us a call or hit us up on our Facebook page. We'd be more than happy to help you out.
Yeah.
So, I guess Dave, with camping changing, what is a story that you could tell from when you went back in the day? I know sitting around in the morning talking, you having coffee or something. Just like my dad, it's always like, well, I remember back in the 70s and 80s when we went, we'd load up the station wagon and the pop-up, and I'm sure you got a story that you could share with everybody, couldn't you?
Going back in time, again, here, I grew up in the 70s. The campers back then, people pulled them with pickups. My folks had a pop-up, plus they also, the big trailer they had was a 19-foot mailer.
Woo! Yeah.
But they were able to pull them with the car.
Yep.
The cars were able to pull them back then with the bar set.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't have the leveling jacks. You had them little jack stands that you had to screw the heads to get
the bottle jacks.
Yeah, so a lot of things have changed over that way. We used to go to Okoboji all the time.
Yep.
Pop in the car and all head over there.
Yep.
But a car was built tough back then.
Right.
They're not built like they are today.
Big old Olds Delta 88, you could... stuff like that, they had the motors and stuff.
Yep.
Just even the awnings have changed so much. Dad used to wrestle with the pipes to get them all set up.
Yep.
And wind come along, you had to make sure you took it down or else it's flopping around.
Oh yeah, now it's this electronic. You go inside and push a button.
And away you go.
Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely changed over the years for sure. Even from when you
Hot
did
water
it.
heater was pilot only. Furnace was pilot only.
Yep.
With the thermostat, so you had to light everything.
Yeah.
Refrigerator was that way. 90% of the time we took coolers because you never trusted the refrigerator.
Or you couldn't put enough in there.
You
Yeah.
couldn't put enough in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So cars loaded up with coolers and everything else, and our Mallard. That's kind of what the weird thing. We talk about bunkhouses.
Yep.
The very front of the camper was a shelf going across there. Had 2 doors to store stuff, or you shut the doors, you pull the pins, and it folded down, and they had a board that went over the doors, and that was a bunk. I was the youngest kid, so guess who got up on that bunk?
Yeah. And actually, you see those every once in a while still.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's kind of like a cabinet, but then it turned into a bunk.
Yep.
I've seen that now.
Yeah.
Not too often, but every once in a while we get one coming through.
They run them in the truck campers still quite a bit. If somebody puts a bunk in it, that top shelf will drop down. So.
Yeah, no, that's cool. It's neat to hear. Like I said, it's kind of neat to hear the history.
Yeah.
Just to see how it's changed, and I'm sure everybody out there's got a lot of other stories they could tell from what they did. So, and even the games and stuff from camping have changed.
I used to do the old lawn darts.
Yeah, lawn darts.
Real lawn darts.
Real lawn darts.
Now, geez, you don't dare throw those around.
But on the plus side, that's good. You've been in the industry for 30 years, so you've worked on everything from 30 years up to now, so you've seen it all.
Yep.
And you've worked on it all, so that just comes with the experience that our shop has to offer.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter if you buy a used unit on the side of the road that's a 1991, or if you buy a brand new one, we have the techs and the means to service it and know what's going on. And
Correct.
A lot of this new generation, they wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah.
They wouldn't. So it's nice to have that many years of experience through your shop.
Correct. And it's kind of exactly, and I agree. And actually, it's kind of good because having Dave in on today's show, because we're gonna kind of switch gears and go into our customer questions here shortly. And I know the first question we had actually Sue from Decor that I'll let Jason ask. Yeah. This will actually be nice because Dave actually does a lot of our hitches here and our bar setups and things like that. So he can kind of key in on this one as well. So Jay, I'll let you fire away here.
So Sue from Decor just sent me a message specifically, and I'm not going to get into the year, make, and model, everything, but she just, basically her question is, can my truck tow it? We'll really simplify this. If it's 10,000 pounds and less, ideally we consider that to be a half-ton towable unit. Anything above 10,000 pounds, you want to get into your 3/4 ton. Now there's a gray area there because you're seeing it, we're seeing it. Dealers are telling people your half-ton truck is towing 14,000 pounds. Yeah. I hate to break it to you, it can't.
Yeah.
They might tell you it can.
Well, it can, but it's not safe.
Right. It has wheels. Of course, you can tow it.
That number they're giving you is the extreme.
Right.
Yes.
And most of the time you want to back that off.
Right.
Well, yeah.
A bit, because if our trailer weighs 9,000 out there, you got to remember all the stuff that you're going to take with.
Right.
Well, which on average we see
that adds up a lot.
Oh yeah, 2,500 pounds.
Somebody goes, I got 300 pounds of weight I'm going to haul. You'll probably end up with 1,200 pounds.
At least.
At least.
Well, even your fresh water tank, 8.3 pounds per gallon.
Right.
That adds up fast. So
how many times do we see someone come in and trade, and they got to switch stuff over to a camper, and they fill up one of our whole bays, and they say, "Holy smokes, we never realized we had this much in there."
Some
happens all the time.
It takes almost 4 hours for them to switch everything over. And they're like, I didn't realize we had so much stuff in our camper. That's where you got to look at that weight of what, dry weight, just the camper. You got to figure underneath your truck maximum, you got to bring it down at least 3,000.
Oh, I agree.
So, yeah, like I said, 10,000 pounds less, half ton, anything above 10,000 pounds, you want to get into that 3/4 ton. So, guys out there, I'm sorry, I don't want to knock your ego down, but your half ton truck isn't.
Yeah.
Equipped that way. You're going to have more transmission troubles and stuff like that if you try pushing the limit of that truck.
And people get defensive about that.
Right.
You try to tell them, and it's
Well, it's safety. Think about the other person on the other side of the road that has a family of 4 or 5 that, you know what I'm saying? You got to make it safe for everybody. So that's how I look at it.
You can pull it. It's got wheels. You can pull anything. Can you stop it?
Yeah. It's kind of like the saying of, I'm not worried about me, I'm worried about the other
People
driver.
around it,
You know, that's kind of, it's how it comes at. So, yeah, great question. So, my question is actually, because we're kind of getting close to springtime, and people are going to think about getting the campers out and de-winterizing them. So my question came from Mark, all the way from Davenport, Iowa. Long ways away. And his question was, is it important to sanitize your water line before using it every year?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
It is very important, isn't it?
Especially a fresh water tank, sitting all winter. You may think, oh, it's cold out, nothing's going to happen. But the transition between the cold and the spring, you'll develop mold.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
You should always sanitize it.
Yep. And there's different ways you can do it.
There's a lot of different ways of doing it, you know. We got the kits.
I know we offer here, it's a freshwater tank sanitized kit. It's about a 3-step process.
Yep.
Dave's done it 100 times.
Tank and run all your water lines, and then you just let it sit, and then you got to flush everything back out.
Correct.
You know, and it is very important because
you're doing dishes, and you might be brushing your teeth, you're showering. A lot of people don't drink from it. I wouldn't probably recommend it.
Right.
But, you're still putting it, in your mouth and things like that. And some other things you can do throughout the year to help, stay on top of it is they offer a drinking water freshener. And this little guy, you put a cap full.
Yeah.
So, this thing will last you a couple summers. I don't know what they are, $8, $6, something in there. So, really reasonable.
Yeah.
But, and that's an excellent question because we're coming up in that time of year where people are going to be getting them out. So, for sure, sanitize that water system. Makes it better for everybody.
Yes,
that's a great question there.
Yeah.
So next thing we're going to get into here is going to be the Campground Spotlight. All right, and we spotlight a campground each week. If you watch the show, this week we're going to actually spotlight the Turkey River Campground right here in Cresco, Iowa.
Yeah.
Okay, it's located 2 miles south of Cresco. Kind of, I want to say a newer campground. When was it built? Last 10 years, maybe?
Yeah.
12 years? I know time gets away so fast.
It's probably
At least.
Yeah.
within the last 10 years.
Yeah.
It's been built
Yep.
and improved. And actually, 2 years ago, they added more sites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right now
And
they
dump station.
And the dump station.
and actually right now they got 17 pull-through sites.
Yep.
They have 46 electrical with water hookup sites, which is awesome. Every site is equipped with 30 and 50 amp and 110. So if you're tenting, you still got your regular
power.
110 outlets
Yep.
plug in for fans or refrigerators. The facilities, they got 2 showers, I believe, in
Yep.
each side.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bathrooms are extremely clean, which I know is important to a lot of people. And then, like they said, they just added a dump station.
Yeah.
So that way you can dump your waste before you leave for the weekend.
And it's nice and open. It's a circle drive, so
Oh, yeah.
you don't have to worry about hitting anything. It's out of the way of everybody else, so it's a really nice bulk
And-
dump station.
And I've been there numerous times.
Right.
We go there all the time. I love it. Not just because of the campground itself where it sits, but the things you get to do while you're at the campground.
Yeah.
Right.
It sits right next to Turkey River. They got, you can go fishing, boating, kayaking.
Yep.
With that being said, the nature trails are awesome. It takes you a stroll through the woods, and then they got little signs
Yep.
that educate you on the trees and flowers, and
Yep.
they did a great job with that. And you can walk right up to the nature center itself,
Yep.
where if you go in there, they got like a little animal exhibit.
Yep.
It's really neat. My daughter and I went out there on a field trip the other day for a class, and I was like, God, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and then if you like to play golf, they got a 9-hole golf course sitting right there as well. So, and a volleyball net.
Yeah, and if you head the other way, the trail will actually take you in town
Yeah.
to Cresco.
Yeah.
And then you're talking Iowa Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Yep.
There's just a ton of stuff
Fitness
to do.
center.
The fitness center, our parks are some of the best parks in the state.
Yep.
So there's once you get to town, there's just that much more to do. And
Yeah.
It just really ties the campground and the city kind of together.
Yep.
It brings you in one spot essentially.
And
You
you know
can go
what?
around the town and find all the brass statues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All over the
right.
thing,
Yep.
it's
The
kinda-
statues.
Yep.
Our family actually did that as a scavenger hunt deal.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
So
Well, and another thing that when they come to town, you can come in for breakfast. You go to Susie Q's or you go to the famous Doe and Joe's.
Joe's.
We always get people to come in
Yeah.
Saturday morning. They'll be from 2 hours away, and they got to come get the donuts.
The bakeries, top bakery. Absolutely.
It is, and I always like to touch on prices.
Yep.
It's hard to beat this price. It's $25 a night.
Yeah.
And it's on an honor system. They don't take reservations. It's first come, first serve. But $25 a night. It's hard to beat.
Can't beat it.
No. So,
Yep.
you know, and that's right here in Cresco, located 2 miles just south of town here. Check them out.
Yeah.
It's a great campground. It's, you know, it's up and coming. The trees are starting to grow. It's going to be one of the top campgrounds in the area.
It's a hidden gem. It really is.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. It is.
Yep.
So, very nice. Check it out this summer. Put it on the list.
Yeah, for sure.
Otherwise, I think that's going to wrap everything up here in today's podcast.
Yeah.
Another week in the books.
Another week in the books. We're
Awesome.
rolling.
Well, hey, I want to say thanks for all the listeners out there. Remember, you can check us out on our website at campsiterv.com or go to our Facebook page and message us. I want to thank Dave for stepping out of the back shop for the day, or the morning, I should say, and joining us on. Very knowledgeable guy. It's people like him that keep our business booming here. So, thanks, Dave, for everything you do.
Yeah, thanks, Dave, and we really appreciate it.
Holler, we can fix it.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Well, thanks again, guys, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.
See you guys.